Okay, hello, sixth grade. This is a quick video, hopefully a quick video, to explain to you the error analysis assignments that you will be having throughout this week. So, I have one problem here that I'm going to go through to explain my expectations, and so that hopefully you have the best understanding of what to do with these assignments. So, hopefully you check this video before you start sending in questions. Okay, so um, my error analysis today I see says multiplying and dividing fractions. And then I have a context problem here. I have the original work that a student completed, and it's already telling me that it's there's an error that a student did this incorrectly. So I'm going to try and figure out how and why the student did something correctly and then correct it for them. Okay. Then I have a section here that says describe the student's error, and then a section here that says to correct it. So let's start with the very first step, which is to read the problem. So I have here Mr. Johnson is laying cement to make a rectangular driveway. The area he is covering with cement is 15 and a half feet by 9 3/4 feet. What is the area of the driveway? First thing I'm going to do, just like if I had a paper and pencil, is I'm going to highlight, or what we typically do is box cheat codes. So I see the word rectangular that I know is going to probably be very important. So I know I'm dealing with a rectangular shape. And this word area is actually used twice in the problem. So the area that it's covering, what is the area? So I know I'm dealing with the area of a rectangle. So if I look in my unit 4 notes, specifically in 4.1, I can find that the area of a rectangle is the base times the height. Okay. So it also tells me here, and I know we typically circle numbers, but in this case, I can maybe change the color of them so that they stand out to me. So I know, and then I can also underline my units here using the underline tool. So I know I'm talking about feet. So I know that in my answer, I should have the unit feet. So the area that he is covering with cement is 15 and a half feet by 9 3/4 feet. I know that word by also is a bit of a cheat code, again, talking about area. And so when I use by, I know I'm going to be multiplying. So let's take a look at the student's original work. All right, so I do see that they multiplied. And I see that they multiplied the whole numbers 15 and 9. They took the 15 and the 9 and they multiplied those together. And then they took the fractions 1/2 and 3/4 and multiplied those together, and then added the whole number together with the fraction to get 135 and 3/8. Now, I know in with fractions, I'm not supposed to separate the whole numbers from the fraction part, not like we can when we add and subtract fractions. So down here where it says to describe the student's error, it says here use the space to describe the error. The error, delete this. And in Words, I've already typed something up so that you guys don't have to wait for me to type. And I've come up with when multiplying fractions, you need first to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions before you multiply. Unlike adding and subtracting fractions, the wholes and the fractions may not be calculated separately. So I've used my academic language in math to explain what they did incorrectly. So what they did is they separated the whole numbers and fractions when they should have converted them into improper fractions. All right. The next part of this error analysis is to correct the student's error. It says make sure to put your solution back in context, which AKA means write it into a sentence. Just like they did up here, where they said the area of the driveway is 135 and 3/8 square feet. So, what I'm going to do before I erase this, I'm going to make sure to take a look at it. What is Miss Garcia communicating to you here? It says use the space to correct the error and place your new solution back in context by writing a sentence. Remember, you can type your work, write it out, and snap a photo to insert, or use Google Drawing to insert an image of your revised work. So there's 3 separate options, and I'm going to show you all of them so that you can make your choice. So first option is to erase it and simply type up your work. So I know that In order to solve this problem, I need to multiply 15 and a half. So I would type up 15 and a half times, I'm going to use the little asterisk here, which is another symbol for multiply, times 9 3/4. Okay. Now, what's great with this problem here is that you see the fractions got really small when I typed them out as a fraction. That's not always going to happen with a fraction, for example, 5/7 or something like that. It won't make the text smaller, but that's okay. I'm going to know what you're talking about. Then I would say, okay, well, 15 and a half, I need to convert that. I need to use the big C and I need to multiply 15 times 2 and then add 1. So I would show 15 times 2 and then plus 1. And that is going to give me 15 times 2 is 30, plus 1 more is 31. And I use the same denominator of a 2, so 31 over 2. Then I need to convert 9 3/4 into an improper fraction as well. So I would do the big C, 9 times 4 plus 3. So 9 times 4 plus 3 equals, and 9 times 4 is 36, plus 3 more is 39. I would have 39 with the denominator that stays the same of 4. Okay. Then from here, I would show I now need to multiply these improper fractions, 31 over 2 times 39 over 4. Okay. Check for cross canceling. I cannot cross cancel here, so I simply have to multiply the tops, which 31 times 39, I'm going to use my handy dandy calculator here, gives me 1,209 over 2 times 4, don't need a calculator for that, which is 8. Okay. From there, I would divide. I know that 1,209 divided by 8 gives me a whole number of 151. And when I multiply 8 times 151, I get 1,208. So I have 1 left over. So that gives me the fraction of 1 over 8. All right. And so that's the way to show your work typing it out. As you can see, though, it takes quite a while. So this may not be your preferred option. The other option, and I used my DocCam to do some work and show what I did writing it down. And again, I'm going to simply copy and paste and show you what I've already done. And so you can see here that I use my whiteboard desk. You can use a whiteboard, you can use a paper and a pencil and show your work. Snap a picture of it and snip it into this document. Now, when you first clip it in, it might be really, really big and go on to the second page. First of all, it's okay if it goes on to the second page, but remember that you can click the picture and adjust it to a smaller size so that it stays on one page if needed. Okay, so you can see here that writing it down, it's a little bit easier. I showed 15 and a half. I did the big C, multiply and add to get 31 halves. 9 3/4, did the big C, multiplied and add to get 39 over 4. Multiplied those two together, multiplied the top, multiplied the bottom, divided to get my answer of 151 and 1/8. All right. And the last option you have, and I personally don't prefer this one because I'm not great with the mouse. This takes some finesse with using a computer mouse. So up here where it says insert, if you click that, you can click here where it says drawing, and then you choose the option new, and this box is going to show up. From here, if you click this little one that says line, you can go down to the bottom where it says scribble. And what it's going to do is it's going to turn your mouse cursor into a little scribble button where you can click then and show 15 and 1/2. Oops, 15. As you can see, I don't have the best skills here with the mouse. And 1/2, and show that I'm going to do the big C, multiply, and then add. Oh, there we go. Come on. And then equals. As you can see, this program can be a little temperamental. 15 times 2 is 30, plus 1 more is 31. halves. I'm still trying to get that little line here for my addition symbol. Okay. And then move on to 9 3/4 and show my work that way. Again, continue to show it here. Some of you might find this a little bit more fun, which is awesome. And it's so on and so on. So I'm not going to finish the entire thing. Then when you click up here, save and close, you're going to see that it takes all the work that you've done and it snips it here. Again, you can adjust the size if you need to. Okay. For now, I'm going to keep in the example that I personally prefer, okay, which is to snap a picture of a work that I've done using paper pen or paper pencil. Now, I'm not quite done with my problem yet. I have shown my work, shown how you correctly solve the problem. Then what I need to do is I need to completely type out the answer in context, which again is in a sentence. So I'm really just going to use the way that they typed it out here, but instead of using 135 3/8 square feet, I'm going to type it out with my answer that I've hopefully correctly come up with. So I will type here the area of the driveway is, and I'm going to say 151 1/8 square feet. Remember, we need that square feet and not just feet because we are talking about area here. Okay, so come back and rewatch this video as many times as you need to get the hang of it. Know that each day this week you are going to have at least 2 of these error analysis problems. So whatever way you find most helpful to complete the work and put it into the box here, make sure that you're doing that. Again, if it goes onto the second page, don't worry about that. That's okay. But I will be printing these out as they are submitted and grading them and putting in our grade book. Please remember to continually reach out if you have any questions or need any help. I will do my absolute best to do that from a distance as we are now. All right. Everyone have a great day and